Greetings and welcome back to The Booth, the first and only podcast dedicated solely to WVU women's basketball. I'm Chad Adkins, and I get the pleasure of being joined this episode by Shane Terrell. We're recording in the basement bar booth of Mario's Fishbowl Suncrest on University Avenue in Morgantown, West Virginia, home of the world-famous Fishbowl. There we go, sir.
Cheers.
Well, we're going to have to tell everybody Ryan couldn't make it this episode. I think he's got the Rona.
Uh-oh. He's got the Rona.
He got the Rona. But I think he'll be better. We'll be getting his picks in, for JJ's. We're just going to go ahead and, preface the episode with that. But, it's been an amazing opening week for Coach Kellogg and the WVU Mountaineer women's basketball team.
For sure. I think they're excited, but I know I'm excited. I know you've been excited.
Yeah, 2-0 doesn't get much better than that, but I think some of the biggest news this past week that came out was the signings.
Yeah, a couple new recruits, yeah.
Yeah, top 100 players. And quite honestly, I can't remember any basketball program in our history getting two top 100 players in a single year like that. I asked last episode about, I wonder why, Jordan Harrison wasn't getting sniffed around by the Power Fives, and Coach Kellogg answered that in the post game of the Loy. He was like,
she was.
Yeah. We're great recruiters,
right.
And I brought up, I was saying, I wonder if that's resume fluff about, being, recruiting the two McDonald's All-Americans. Nope. Obviously, their proof is in their pudding because I've just never seen that before. So I'm really excited. The first player is Destiny Agubata. I'm sorry if I've butchered that name.
I think it sounds good. I think it's right.
5'11" guard out of California. She's 96th in the nation in ranking. And you said,
yeah, I think I seen where she was actually top 30 at some point, and she was injured her junior year. So she always slid in the ranks because of that. They didn't have a chance to look at her, maybe. But
yeah, she's also coming here to be an engineering major, which you can't beat brains on the court, as well as athleticism. And the second player was Jordan Thomas, helping the paint. We really need that.
Yeah.
As Coach Kellogg remarked, at the end of the pit game, that's one of our areas where we could have some improvement. But she's a 6'3" center out of Carrollton, I believe, Texas. 81st in the nation. She's going to help us down there in the paint, especially with some of the rebounding.
Right. Yeah, I didn't really have a lot of opportunity, or didn't take the time I probably should have to research these two, but they're definitely going to be on the radar. We're going to be watching them. Their high school careers.
And that's one thing I was thinking. With the start, when we started 2-0, we won the backyard brawl. We've got these two amazing recruits. And I saw the numbers after the Loyola game, like tongue twister still. But, I think we had 1,600 and change there for the season opener. And I know season openers aren't that great, but I get the feeling with how he plays, our current backcourt, what he's got coming in, something special is happening with this program.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Totally excited.
And if there's not 5,000, people in the seats by the end of this year, it's obviously not the players' fault. It's not the coach's fault. It's not WVO Athletics' fault. It's the fans' fault.
Yeah. And, part of the reason why we kind of started this podcast was, obviously we weren't really, didn't have a whole lot of knowledge of women's basketball whatsoever. And then once we kind of started checking it out, man, we loved it. And I've got a goal to try to get somebody new every game to go check it out, because they just don't realize how. Yeah,
what they're missing, what they're missing. Yeah. So, if you haven't been to a game, get your butt to the ticket office and then put it in the seat in the Coliseum, because you're missing one of the best products WVU Athletics has to offer. But as we were talking about, it was a great way to start off, the WVU season, women's basketball season, our first game of the year against Loyola. Looking here at these stats, you can see we pretty much dominated, throughout the game. In almost every category.
Yeah, I guess we kind of suspected that would happen, but it was honestly a little bit better than what I thought. It was a good game. Of course, it was a good game. I don't know. I was just excited about the game, back in the seat again, and I just loved it.
Yeah. I think I was really impressed with all the players. They came out. We were talking about Tavi Diggs coming out, and then coming off the bench. She really did. She really pushed it out there for him. I think she really contributed. I think everybody contributed in a positive way, throughout more than they did even last year, But quite honestly, I think the biggest statement of the game was the
Jordan Harrison.
Yes.
Yeah, we were sitting there, and she came out, and I think airballed one, threw one out of bounds, and we were like, oh, what the? And then from then on out, she was absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely loved watching her play.
Yeah. She had great stats, 18 points, 4 rebounds, and I even questioned that last episode. Is she going to, I wonder why she mixes it up. And she did, man. 2 of those rebounds, she came flying off of missed free throws. And she was skying to get those balls, man. And she was good. But JJ even brought it up in her post-game interview with the television crew after the game. She was just impressed with her leadership on the court. I believe Coach Kellogg called her a floor general even after the game.
Well, we heard it. We were right there close enough. We heard her barking out commands and directing people. And, it was impressive. It was very impressive. Like I said, besides that first couple minutes, her composure throughout and how she handled herself in the game is what makes me think, player of the game. Here you go, Jordan. There we go.
Wow, what a coming out party for you here at WVU. Wow. It just makes, as we talked about, they're picked to finish 8th, but there is no way this team is finishing 8th.
I don't see it, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance really to indulge or research any of the other Big 12 teams, but there are great players, there are great guards out there in the Big 12, but we've got to have one of the fastest backcourts in the conference.
Pretty quick, yeah, for sure. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it to the Pitt game, so I didn't see it live. So I think, we talked about, you made it there, and I think watching it live, you appreciate the speed that this team has as opposed to watching it on TV. But.
Well, yeah, but one thing that, like I said, when we watched this game, the first game, the Loyola game, God darn it, Loyola game.
It's all close enough. Loyola,
hand grenades, horseshoes, saying the names of colleges is all the same. But
that's why they're not paying us.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we're paying to do this, and we're not getting paid. But we were sitting there, and the team came out. And we were like, and we still didn't know about Holes or whether or not her waivers came out. We saw Nugent. And we saw Mosbury came out, and they were, we knew they were, and then, oh no, here comes, Holzer. She's in sweats too. And then, hey, there's more. What's up with her? Why is she in sweat? Oh, why does she have a boot on? What is up with the boot? But I can't. We haven't heard. Obviously he brought up well, we'll talk about that after the pit game.
We don't know the status.
Yeah, we have zero idea what the status of Tirza is. But, I mean, wearing a boot can't be good.
No, I mean, it's never good to wear a boot, but I also think, man, they're just, it's top-notch medical stuff anymore. So, boots maybe.
She could have a mild ankle.
You wear the boot for protection. You can walk around on it easier. I don't know. We'd have to talk to a professional about that. Jeff.
Yeah. Well, I just I just haven't heard anything about it. What her status is. But we dominated that game pretty well. We were, I was impressed with everybody. Erica Babu, I mean, she didn't get her 5 fouls, but she got her 5 rebounds. She had a nice block in the first half. And we brought it up. I didn't notice at the game just because of her angle, but when we went home and watched it, man, she had those couple of
the no looks.
Yeah, that was nice. That was a nice part of her game that I wasn't even expecting, and then looking at the second game of the week, up against we went up north, to Pittsburgh.
You did. I couldn't make it.
Well, I did. That's right. And I couldn't have any festive beverages either. I'd have a soda.
Nobody gave us a ride.
I know nobody contacted us. It was kind of
reach out to us, folks. Where we can get comments. Give us a ride. Give us we're doing good. We're doing bad. We'll take it all.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, this week's coming up. This San Juan shootout. We need a ride to that.
Yeah,
too.
we need a ride.
Yeah, we need a ride to that one too. But it was going up there. Well, and first of all, I want to say I mentioned this. I am never complaining about parking at the Coliseum again. That was insanity. I've never been up in there, and I'm telling you, it wasn't a good experience. And I thought, forget that. I'm happy he was coming to the Coliseum, but it was a nice facility though. Yeah. I'll give him that. I'll give Pitt that. But we were triumphant, 71-62. Looking at the stats, I think we look great everywhere. I mean. All right, let's go through when we started off and we just stole the ball twice, basically.
Yeah.
It scored. It was insane to watch. That's the biggest thing. Our backcourt. I mean, when we got Jordan and JJ back there, I mean, J cubed, whatever whatever nickname you want to call him, JJJ, J cubed. But I mean, it was, and like you said, I think he let him off the leashes for this Pitt game right off the bat. Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's just when a team gets up, it's easy just to relax a little bit. Did they relax a little bit?
I don't know.
It's hard to say. I mean, you see the ups and downs on the game all the time.
Well, we saw in the first half we were up. I think we were up by 9 at the half.
And they made some adjustments and maybe changed some things. Came out.
Well, and then I mentioned last episode. The quality of that coach. He knew what the issue was, and Coach Kellogg brought it up in the post game for the Pitt game.
Yeah.
That. They kind of found our weakness and used it against us, getting inside, getting those rebounds. You can see here, I mean, we had 29 total rebounds for the game. They had 46, I mean, 9 more offensive and 8 more defensive. I mean, that's significant. But, I mean, in his post game, he was almost talking about that he was expecting it,
Right.
He was. But it still doesn't take away from what we did. I mean, yes, that is one of our probably, our weaknesses. But man, that press was
Virginia.
Yeah, it's back.
Virginia, unless anybody tells us different. That's what we're going with.
I'm telling you, it was laughable. It was just unbelievable. I didn't sit over there by the team where all the other fans sat. Me and a couple other West Virginia fans sat right in the middle of the Pitt fans, which made it interesting. But, I mean, they were just dumbfounded and shocked, what was happening because they couldn't get it up the court. They couldn't get it past half court half the time, Right. The transfer or the girl from Fairmont, their starting point guard, record number of turnover, 12. She had 12, one person.
Yeah.
I mean, it was crazy to see. The D getting it up there. I don't have the second chance points up. I don't have those stats up, but I think that's where they got it. It got us in the offensive rebound area. Just rebounding in general.
I mean that's our weakness.
Yeah. But one thing that Coach brought up, and even me and the guy that were sitting over there, all the Pitt fans, we know as soon as Erica Babu came into the game, those two girls, King and I can't remember the other one, the girl from Spain, as soon as Erica Babu came into the game, the dynamic shifted in the paint.
Yeah.
Her stat line didn't reflect it, but I guarantee those two girls did. I'm not saying she totally stopped them or shut them down completely, but
she was wreaking a little more havoc.
Yes.
She was taking up space, blocking stuff out, and causing problems.
Yeah.
That's one of those things that a stat doesn't show.
Exactly. Her value,
right,
her value to this team in the future is not going to be measured by the stat line.
Yeah, she didn't have maybe one rebound or something, but she created rebounds. Just what was the coach's comment? Harrison came and she had some rebounds, and I think he called it. She got rebounds coming through the trees or something. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, she was able to occupy King and the Spanish girl, and I mean, and Jordan Harrison, she had another amazing game. It didn't reflect in points again, but she had like 9 assists and 7 steals. She almost had a double-double and assists and steals.
She didn't shoot well that game, but she made it happen at other places.
Yeah, well, and I don't even think she took shots. I'm not sure if it was the coach telling her, hey, we need you to be more of a disher, and get it out there. But what I'm hoping is it's her realizing what her role needs to be in that game. She's that much of a general.
Yeah, no, I can see that.
Man, I would love, and I'm hoping that's what that is. All right, I can get these points easy, dishing it out a lot easier than me shooting. Right. And she has the ability to recognize that middle of the game.
Right.
That would be awesome. And JJ tore it up again. She had 19 points the first game. She had 18 points this game. I mean, she's been...
Yeah, she's been JJ, for sure. I think she shot three real well against Loyola and struggled a little bit from the 3-point line against Pitt. So it's sort of...
But at the very end, she did hit a key three.
She still, she obviously had a.
I mean, we were 8 of 24 as a team. I mean, that's 33% or 30%. I'd like it to be a little bit higher, but that's not. I'll take that. It's better than 2 out of 12. That Pitt had.
I don't know. We haven't mentioned Fields yet. She was.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, we're going to Fields.
Yeah.
We're going to Fields.
Yeah, she's been clutch, man.
Yeah, I mean, all I can say,
we haven't mentioned her in this conversation yet.
Right. One thing I gotta say about Fields, I'm gonna say straight to Arizona. What were you thinking? I don't get that at all. I mean, after seeing her for 2 games, she just seems like natural offense. I mean, she just goes to her. I don't. What were they thinking? No, I don't get that. It's averaging 6 points a game.
Yeah,
and she wasn't injured. Wow, how is that possible?
We're glad to have her.
Yeah, thanks, man, for doing that. What did you do? Put 10-pound weights on her ankles before every game? I don't. Man, she's a baller. She is a baller.
Yeah. So, does that take us to player of the game for Pitt, or we?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we're there. We were there. I almost skipped Fields to go to her
because that was my second choice, but ultimately the player of the game,
Kai Watson.
Yeah.
Double. I mean, 19 points, 12 rebounds, shot 60% from the field. I mean, she's starting
out there and gets it done. A lot of people probably won't get this reference, but you remember the Fall Guy?
Lee Majors?
Yeah, Lee Majors, the Fall Guy.
Uh-huh.
You know, the unsung hero that makes Clint Eastwood look so fine. He's just kind of the Hollywood stunt man that comes in and does everything. And doesn't really probably get noticed as much as she should. But tonight we're noticing you.
Yeah. That was the thing. Coach brought that up at the Pitt game post game press conference. He said that she basically she didn't have as many rebounds, but she did great against Loyola. Loyola. She did great against them, but she didn't have that many points.
Isn't there a song about Loyola? No, that's Lola. Sorry.
Lola and Lodi. And there's Lodi, Loyola. All right.
Didn't mean to sidetrack.
Gosh darn, I'm going to go off on a tangent. But, she did great, but he thought that she was, more predicated towards giving the ball up and letting other people do it. And he kind of pushed her to, hey, you need to take that shot, and boy, she did in the Pitt game.
Yeah, no, she stepped up.
Yeah, she was all over. I mean, she was just, I don't even know how many steals she has, but I mean,
I don't want to say, she definitely had a couple.
Yeah, a couple, 3.
I think it was 2, but
yeah, you're correct. You are correct.
Hold me to it.
I think you are correct too. But here we go. Toast to Kai Watson,
player of the game.
Against Pitt. Baller. And I'm telling you what, you could definitely see her progression from last year. She is not the same player she was at this point last year. Completely different.
Coach Kellogg kind of referenced, the pictures he'd seen of her last year compared to this year, and she's obviously put the work in.
Yeah, doing nutrition and everything.
She is. She's definitely worked hard.
Yeah, to get better shape, get faster. And I think she's going to. The proof's in the pudding, man. She's tearing it up. She's tearing it up. All right, well. Coming up, we got one more home game next Sunday, and then we're off to the San Juan shootout. Like I said, we need to ride to that. So we're
really in an airplane.
Yeah. Hell, I'd still take a ride in a windowless van down to Miami, and then on like a cargo. Right. Hell, by the time we got there, it'd be over. But
Youngstown State, I got to tell a story real quick. Just get off subject for a second.
All right. Our next upcoming game is Youngstown State.
Yes. So I had a shirt. My dad bought a TJ Maxx or something. I had this shirt for 2 years. I loved the shirt. It had a little penguin on it. I kind of like a little, had a little scarf around it and everything. I didn't realize for 2 years it was actually a Youngstown State shirt. And I found out sitting, I think when my son was looking at colleges, we were at Citadel and we were sitting in a room across from somebody and they kept talking about Youngstown. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. He's like, well, you got a Youngstown State shirt on. So then I finally figured out what the shirt meant. But now I know they're penguins. So,
all right.
Sorry for the tangent, Chad, but I had to share that.
Well, you just... it's not naturally what you would think would be a mascot of, southwestern Pennsylvania,
Right.
But this game, it might be, I think, the toughest in this next 4-game stretch to our next episode. I think it might be the most challenging for the team.
I think you're right. Yeah, this will be a little bit of a test.
Yeah, I mean, Xavier's a A10 team. I'm not sure what they were picked to finish in the conference this year. But I mean,
Xavier, you feel like they're always going to be good, men's, women's, whatever. They're going to have a solid team.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much it'd be. I can't remember right off the top of my head what they beat Xavier by. But they demolished Slippery Rock and averaged 39 rebounds a game as a team while doing it.
Yeah.
And as we discussed, that's probably one of our weaker points is rebounding.
Right.
And one of the big reasons for that is Emily Saunders. She's a 6'5", fifth-year forward from
West Virginia.
Yeah, Mullen, West Virginia.
Yeah, down Wyoming County.
I believe.
Southern West Virginia.
But
I'm not 100% sure of the county, but I think it's Wyoming. It's sort of in the middle.
Yeah, it's nowhere. It's down the holler. I mean, hey. And I can talk about hollers. I'm from Boone County. All right.
I'm glad I didn't say something about that earlier. I didn't realize that.
Well, you didn't know.
Actually, I did. I forgot. I probably already made fun of you.
I'm sure. I mean,
But anyway.
But anyways, she's. I don't. This is the thing. I don't know what to make of this team. Last year, this Emily Saunders. All right, we'll start off by saying the first 2 games this year, she's averaging 21 points per game and 11.5 rebounds per game. And, that was against Xavier. I think she got pulled way early against Slippery Rock and still got that.
Probably, yeah.
But last year, she averaged 4.3 points a game. And, she was a transfer from Tennessee, I don't know.
We don't know, but they seem like a solid team, so it'll be maybe a test.
Yeah. But I still think we'll win. Just based on guard play. I think our guards are better than theirs. There are other top scorers of guards, so I think we'll handle it. But I think it'll be an interesting game.
Right.
I think Erica Bobby was going to get a lot more playing time this game. I think she'll be trading some
Sunday 4:00 game. I think if I remember right.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to do my part and get some new people out to a game and get as many people there cheering everybody on.
Yeah. All right. And then, but I think we're going to win. I think.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be a little bit of a challenge.
Yeah.
I do. All right. And then the team's heading down south. San Juan shootout.
I hope you all have fun there, but I hope you beat everybody.
Yeah. But quite honestly, I think there's a very good chance. I think we are the best team there.
Yeah, I think so.
I think our biggest challenge at the San Juan shootout, I don't think they're as big of a challenge as Youngstown State, but George Washington. They are 2-0 with wins over Howard and Manhattan. I actually watched the Manhattan game, and I was kind of impressed because they were down by 9, 10 points, double digits, and they were able to battle back.
Right.
But then I realized that Manhattan's a MEAC team, a much lower team. Like I said, they have a decent mix of veterans and underclassmen. They're picked to finish 6th in the A10. I just think we're gonna outclass them.
Should be an easy win.
I think it should be fairly easy.
You got to play the game.
Yeah, you got to play the game. They do have some decent size. They do have some decent size in the paint.
That's what we maybe could potentially give us fits. But.
Yeah. But I think we're going to win this game. We should win this game. The second game of the series, we're going to be playing against Charlotte. They lost big to NC State, and then they won big against Tennessee State. Their best scorers are their guards, and on that team, and I'm
put our guards against
against Charlotte's guards. I think I don't think it'll be too big of an issue.
I mean, I really didn't do a whole lot of research on them. Didn't look a whole lot into it, but
it's just a different quality of caliber of opponent, you know.
Yeah.
You know, it's just what it is. All right, and then the third game is Southern Illinois University.
I tried to do some research on this, and I got sidetracked on their mascot. What do we decide? I mean, it's a dog.
It's a dog. Saluki.
Saluki? Is that how you say that? Saluki?
Yeah.
So I went down a little bit of a rabbit hole researching the dogs. Well, I like dogs, but aside from that, I think it's still another win game.
Yeah, they're 1-1. Like I said, they're picked to finish 8th in the Missouri Valley Conference, which isn't known as a powerhouse conference. I just think we outclassed them. I mean, nothing against it, but I just think it's there. I think one of the issues that could affect them potentially, I mean, this is 3 games in 3 days, is our shortened bench.
We do have, yeah.
I mean, like I said, when it kind of freaked me out that game 1 when walking out. Oh, we only got 9 active players. Yeah. Besides rebounding, I think could potentially be our other, weakness a little bit. I mean, our depth.
I will say, we had players that played a lot of minutes. I feel like they're in shape, but are they in shape to play 3 games in a short period of time? We don't know yet.
I mean, I'm old, but man, if I played 1 quarter of basketball, it would take me 3 days to recover, let alone playing a game every day for 3 days.
Chad, I seen you carrying equipment in. I don't know if you could play a game.
I know. No, I can play. Like I said, I go out there and foul people. I can do that. But I think that is our other issue. And just to talk about further on down the season, I think that could be. Because there's no way. People are going to get dinged up here and there.
Yeah.
We're going to lose people here and there. A game or 2, right?
Yeah. No, that's it. Could be a factor. It could be a difference on success for a season, whether or not we stay healthy. And
I think the level of success. I think we're going to have a successful season.
Yeah.
And quite honestly, when I saw the, when we did the last episode. And one of the bullet points we pulled off for Coach Kellogg was the 23 wins, consecutive win season, 23 consecutive win season. And we're only playing 29 games this year. And I was kind of like, that's going to be tough. But man, I think he has a legitimate shot still of hitting that. New team and everything. I think he still has
He's an impressive coach. I think he can make something happen.
Yeah, we got 19 wins last year, and
we're better. We're a better team.
Yeah, we are a better team.
We've got an identity this year. We talked about that. We don't really know that they had a real identity last year. and we've already established that. I think this team's got an identity.
Yeah.
And I think that's important.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I think it's I think it's indicative of the coaching.
Yeah.
You always hear, culture comes from, the highest point, but you could really, I could see it. I could understand it this year,
right.
Compared to last. A lot more, I didn't know what was going to happen last year.
I think he's, you're a player's coach. I think he's a player's coach, and I think players like him. I think he's got this competitive thing with him. With he's beating them in ping pong, pickleball, and sinking the half court shot. You know what I mean? He likes that banter and that competitiveness with him, and challenges them. Doing all that kind of stuff, and I think they like that. And I'm just excited. I like the guy. We had a chance to meet and talk to him for a few minutes. He was awesome with us. Big fan.
Yeah, and because of that, I think that's one of the biggest reasons we have a shot to go 6-0. Here at the start of the season till our next episode. Yeah, and speaking of competitiveness, I'm a kind of competitive guy too, just a little bit.
Yeah.
And
I know. Go ahead and say it.
I know. So now it's time for my favorite part of the booth. My favorite segment. It's called JJ's Jays. JJ's Jays is a game where we try to guess JJ's point total throughout the period of the episode. Whoever comes closest gets 2 points. Whoever comes second gets 1 point. And whoever's furthest away gets 0 points. Whoever has the most points by the end of the regular season gets a night here at the Fishbowl on the two losers. And I said it last week, and we'll say it again. Ryan and Shane.
And who are the two losers?
Ryan and Shane. All right. So, JJ. All right. Well, see, I went 38, correct? You went 35.
And I think it was 37, wasn't I? Or no. The point was 37. See,
you were 19 and 16. You were 35. You had 35 points. Ryan was 31, and I went 38. Now, if JJ would have sunk that last free throw at Pittsburgh, I would have been 38. But she only got 37. But I won the game. So I've got 2 points. Shane has 1 point, and Ryan has no points. Well, like I said, we'll be getting Ryan's totals for the upcoming picks. And we'll put them on the graphic at the end of the segment, so you'll be able to see what they are. But I'll go ahead and pick. We got the upcoming games. We have Youngstown State, and we're just going to pick for a total though for all the San Juan shootout. We're not going to go each individual game.
So just a total points. So
for all 3 games. Well, then we'll go your total for the Youngstown State game first. What is that?
I'm going 20.
20 points. Wow.
Is that a lot? I don't know.
I think it is. I'm a little bit surprised.
I think she's. I feel like she's.
Do you think she's going to have her season high against Youngstown State?
I got to make a guess, Chad.
All right, 20.
I knew I would be right, but I don't really know. I'm making a guess.
I'm going to go 17.
I'm going 17. All right.
17, I think. She got 19 and 18. I think she's going to be still. But like you went 20, you only went one above. I think there's a good chance she could do that too. But
got to look at an average.
Yeah, looking at an average here.
The average.
All right, but that's basically what we're going for right now. And quite honestly, 20 might be better of an answer than my 17, just due to the fact that we talked about that. We don't have a big bench, so she's going to be getting minutes. If she's not in foul trouble.
Of course, I don't know. I mean, what I'm looking at early in this season is you got some other players that will step up and make points, and so we don't know. And this is
Yeah.
we're guessing.
Pull straws. All right. So your total. We're just like I said. We're just going to do a total.
All right, you're going to keep up with the math, Jack.
All right. You said 20.
I said 20. So now we're going to
the total for the entire San Juan shootout. How many points total for the San Juan shootout will she get?
40.
40. Huh. So a total of 60 points for 4 games. Interesting. An average of 15 points for 4 games. Well, why did you go so much lower? I mean, 3.
I feel like some of those teams are a little bit less teams. Maybe there'll be some other players that maybe play a little more than they wouldn't normally play.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to go.
Yeah, not that our bench, like our bench isn't deep, but I don't know.
We're going to be close. All right.
So you're making fun of me.
No, I'm going 17, but I think she's going to have more than that. Oh, yeah, I went 17, right? For 4. I'm going to go 50 points. So I'm going to go 67 total points.
All right.
We'll go 7 more than you again. And my reasoning is just because we do have that depleted bench. I think she's going to be getting playing time.
Going to be playing, yeah.
She's going to be playing, but I mean, will production drop? Do you think much at all? I mean, it's 3 games, 3 days in a row. I mean, and but our opponents, like I said, aren't extremely top notch. No offense,
right? But
is that going? I guess that's a consideration. I don't know.
There it is. That's the pick. We'll see what Ryan has, and
we'll be on this graphic right here. All right. Well, that's going to wrap it up for us, guys. It was a great opening week at WVU women's basketball. We had a blast watching, going 2-0. Great recruits, beating Pitt. Girls are playing lights out. Could be more excited, right?
Yeah. Right. And we're trying to get this out. We're trying to promote WVU women's basketball. Give us feedback. Give us comments. We've always got a couple tickets. If you've never been to a game and want to check a game out, reach out to us.
Yeah, just put it up first. Just put it in our comments. We need tickets. We got a couple tickets. You can come down and sit with us.
What's over social media, Chad? You're going to put it up on.
Yeah, it'll be all about the end of at the end of the broadcast. You'll be able to see it. But so. Until next time, for Shane and Ryan, who's not here because he was so humiliated from losing JJ's J's, I'm saying. But for Shane and Ryan, I'm Chad. Until next time, we'll see you at the Coliseum.